Hello everyone and welcome to the Kiki London YouTube channel. My name's Amanda and in today's video we are going to be doing a spooky but cute set of Halloween nails featuring some blooming gel marbles, some chrome nail art, some chrome stamping and some water decals. So I really hope you all enjoy watching. Now I'm going to do this set on a set of press-on nails so that I can wear them myself. Now when I'm working on top of press-on nails, I just come straight in with my first coat of gel polish color. Some people prefer to buff them first, but I've never felt the need for this, so you can buff them first if you prefer. Of course, if you was going to do this set on yourself or a client directly onto the natural nails, you would need to do all your prep and base coat first of all. Now the base shade in this set of nails I have chosen is the gorgeous Vanilla Latte because I didn't want to go for a white base. I don't feel as though white bases necessarily suit my skin tone. I feel as though warmer shades suit me better, but I wanted a light color base so that all of the nail art pops. So I went for the beautiful Vanilla Latte, and just look how pigmented it is. It looks really creamy and cozy in two coats. So we've done our two coats on all of the nails, and then on the first two nails we're going to be doing some chrome nail art. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in over our cured vanilla latte with a layer of no wipe top coat. It's really important that when you're doing chrome nail art, you use a no wipe top coat rather than a top coat that leaves behind a tacky layer. So I'm going to do this on two of the nails, as these two nails are going to be very similar. They're just going to have different stamped images over the chromes. So we've applied our top coat and I'm going to pop this in to cure for 30 seconds. And then I've chosen the really beautiful pink mirror chrome. I absolutely love this. I think it looks stunning. I will leave all of the products linked in the description box below. I do believe this mirror chrome might actually be called purple on the website. I will double check and pop it in the description box below, but it is more like a pinky purple shade. So I'm gonna use a little applicator that comes with the chrome to burnish this chrome in, but I don't want to cover the entire nail. I just want a circular patch in the center of the nail. So I pick up a small amount of chrome powder and I did wipe off a fair bit of that. And then I'm just gently using a circular motion to burnish it in to the center of the nail. I come in and added a little bit more on at the side and the bottom, just so it was a little bit more even. And then I'm going to dust away that excess using the Kiki London dust brush. So we're going to repeat that step again. So as you can see, you pick up quite a bit when you go into the chrome powder. So I'm just pulling off some of the excess and then using the same circular motion that I would to burnish it in as if I was doing a full nail. I'm just being really careful that I'm only placing it in that center part of the nail, giving it a really good rub so we get that beautiful mirror chrome effect and everything looks nice and smooth. And then I'm going to very gently dust away the excess, and this is how it's looking so far. Now over the top of this, I then want to come in with a layer of the pearl white chrome because I kind of want to soften that pink look and I want it to look a little bit more hidden and give off a bit of a ghostly vibe. So I'm going to come in and with another layer of the no wipe top coat. So we're doing this because we can't go directly over the top of one chrome with another chrome because it won't stick. So we need to seal that chrome in first and give ourselves a new layer of top coat. So I'm going to apply this to all of the nails and then pop that in again to cure for 30 seconds. And then once we've done that, we're going to come in and repeat the process with the pearl chrome, except for I decided to add this over the entire nail so everything has that beautiful pearlescent effect. I really love chrome powder and playing around with them to create different nail art looks. It's such a fun nail art to use. So this time I'm taking my applicator, I'm taking the larger end, and then we're going right into that chrome powder and burnishing it over the entire nail. This time I use an up and down motion, so you can use this or you can use a round circular motion, whichever you find works best for you. And then I'm just going to dust off the excess, and as you can see, it's softened that pink a little bit, which was the vibe I wanted, and it's just give everything that really cute pearlescent effect, which does kind of look just a little bit, it gives off ghosty vibes for Halloween. So I really liked how this set turned out. So we're going to do that again on this nail. Always brush away your excess. I find this gives such a smooth finish. It takes away any graininess that you might see, but you want to make sure you are using a soft brush for this. So the Kiki London dust brush is perfect. If you go in with a too hard brush, it will actually remove that chrome powder because you've not top coated it yet. which is exactly what we're going to do now. So we're going to come in with another layer of top coat and seal this in. Now when you are doing these layered nail art designs, you need to make sure that you're keeping all of your layers nice and thin so that you don't end up with a too bulky nail. So I'm going to pop that in to cure for 30 seconds. Now the reason I done an extra layer of top coat is so that if I make any mistakes with my stamping, I can wipe it off without removing the chrome powder. Onto the stamping, I'm going to add a cute little ghost. So I'm applying my stamping polish directly to the stamping plate, scraping that excess off. I always scrape towards me, quick flick of the wrist with a clear stamper, and then we've picked up our image along with some other excess images. So I'm going to remove those with a lint-free roller, and then we're going to look through that stamper and press this directly down into that center of the nail where we've got that beautiful chrome background. And it was super easy, but I feel like it looks really cute. So I'm going to do the same again on the next nail, but with a different image. This time I went for a little witch's cauldron. Again, removing that excess with the lint roller. This makes it so much easier. I always prefer removing any excess image before placing it down on the nail rather than having to remove it once it's already on the nail. So that's those two nails done. I really loved how cute these turned out. So we're going to pop them aside and top coat further along. On to the next nail, we are gonna be doing some nail art on this nail. So I'm going to take some colors. We've got Mellow Rose for our cute pink shade because I felt as though this matched the chrome nicely, and then I wanted to add in some black, but of course it's Halloween, you need to grab Mystic Noir for this. It's just got that little bit of sparkle in it, and then some coconut for our white. Now I wanted to do a marble nail, but I swapped this out and decided to do it on the thumb nail instead of the index nail. So we're going to come in and use our blooming gel as a base for our marble. I don't want a full marble nail, I just want a little bit of a marble up in the cuticle area and down on the tip of the nail, but I'm still going to apply that blooming gel to the entire nail so that we get a nice even application. Again, making sure that this is nice and thin. Now I'm going to take the dotting tool and then just dot into my colors and dot it down onto the nail, clean off the dotting tool, and then go into the next nail. This doesn't matter too much because you're creating a marble, but I feel as though it just stops the colors muddying up too much. So as you can see, I've dotted down 3 colors just coming away from the edge of that cuticle, and then I'm going to clean off my dotting tool and just swirl these together. They had already started to bloom a little bit, but the blooming gel is going to help that marble just soften around the edges and look a little bit more melty, which I really like when I'm doing marbles where it's not covering the entire nail. So we're going to repeat that up on the tip end of the nail. Don't want to take too much gel polish when you're doing this, but you do want enough that you're going to be able to mix them together without any patchiness. So again, always like to clean off my dotting tool, and then I'm just going to pull right through them, and you will see that the Mystic Noir blooms a lot quicker than the other colors, and I quite like the effect that that gives off. It gives off that smoky grey look. So I did leave it to bloom for a few seconds, and once I was happy with it, I popped it into cure for 60 seconds just to make sure everything was cured nicely. And I really love the effect on this one. I just love how the colors worked so well together. Pink, white and black is my go-to for Halloween. I'm not necessarily too into anything dark or gory, so we're keeping it cute and simple. Onto the index finger, I decided I wanted to add on some water decals, but I wanted to add some pops of those colours from the gel polishes. So I'm going to create just some swell sort of bumpy cutouts on the edges of the nail. So we're coming in with Mellow Rose and the stripe liner brush, and I've just created some curved shapes, and then I'm colouring in that tip of the nail. And then I did decide that I wanted this to just look a little bit more bumpy. So you see I come in here and just make that a little bit higher just to sort of round it off a little bit more. You could kind of do this any shape you wanted. You could even do this more, if you wanted to go for a more classic look, you could do a French tip here, or down at the cuticle area you could do a cuticle cuff. So I've done Mellow Rose at the tip of the nail. I've just done one coat of this, as when you're using the Kiki London gel polishes for nail art, I always find that one coat is sufficient. And then I'm going to come and do similar down at the cuticle area with our coconut. Again, just those bumpy shapes, but if you wanted to keep this more uniform, you could do your cuticle cuff here. I think that would actually still look quite nice as well, a French and a cuticle cuff. Now again, keeping this nice nice and thin because coconut is a very pigmented shade, so you don't want to apply it too thickly. Because we're coming over a very light base, like I said, you're not going to need a second coat of this. Then once we're happy with how that's looking, we're going to pop this in to cure for 30 seconds, and then it was time to add on some water decals. So these ones fitted the spooky but cute vibe perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out 2 of these, and I like to cut them out as close to the image as possible, as then you're going to have less of that excess of the clear film. So you want to cut as close to that image as possible. So I went for a pumpkin, and then I did also cut out a little bat as well. And I'm going to apply these using the stamper method. So you want to place your decal face down or image down onto the jelly stamper head. And then I'm going to take my angled nail art brush and just apply a little bit of water to that backing paper. Leave this to soak for around 15 seconds. And then you can just easily peel off that backing paper. And then you're able to look through your stamper and place this directly down onto the nail wherever you want it to be. So I find this the easiest way to apply water decals. Then I'm going to leave that one to dry before I start touching it or easing out any creases if there are any. I do find with this method you do get very minimal creases. So I just had a little bit of like lint or fluff there, so I was just cleaning that off, and then we're going to slide off that backing paper and place down our little bat. And I really liked how we've got the white and the pink from the gel polishes, and then we're tying in the black with the water decals. So if you do have any creases, you can come over and get these out with the silicone tool. I always like to come over with the silicone tool even if I haven't got any creases, just to make sure that those decals have made really good contact with the nail. And then I'm going in with a little bit of acetone and just removing anything that might have stuck to the nail from my stamper. You want to be really careful that you don't go over the images with your acetone, as it will start dissolving them. We're then going to pop that aside and work on our 5th and final nail. And for this one, we're coming in with a blooming gel again. We're not necessarily doing a marble. I want to create like a smoky look using the Mystic Noir. So I'm going to apply this to the entire nail, and then I'm going to take my striped liner brush and apply the Mystic Noir, starting off down at the cuticle area. And as you can see, I'm applying a generous amount just because I want it to be really pigmented up at that cuticle area, but I want to be able to pull it down and create a smoky effect. So that gel polish that I applied, I'm using that and starting to pull it down towards the center of the nail, meanwhile keeping it nice and clean and neat up at that cuticle area. And then I'm going to do the same again. I was going to leave it like this, but then I decided to do the same again with the tip of the nail. So coming in with a little bit more Mystic Noir, placing that around the tip of the nail, making sure you kind of cap that free edge a little bit so you don't see the vanilla latte right on the tip, and then just gently pulling this down. Then I'm going to leave it for a few seconds to bloom, and it's going to help create that smoky look in the center of the nail. And then this is going to be the base for some chrome stamping, and I really loved how this worked out. So I did leave it for a few seconds, like I said, and then once I was happy with it, I popped it in to cure for 60 seconds. And then this is the finished result. So you can see you don't really see too much of that vanilla latte coming through, but you get that cool smoky effect. So because we're going to be doing a chrome stamping, again, I'm going to come in and top coat with the no wipe top coat, just so we've got a nice even layer to stamp on top of. And this is going to help minimize your chrome sticking all over the nail, because you're getting rid of the tacky layer that's been left behind from the gel polishes and the blooming gel. So again, popping that in to cure for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to stick with that same chrome powder that we used on the previous 2 nails, but this time we're going to be using it to stamp with. So you do need 2 stampers to do this effect. So I'm going to take a small amount of the chrome powder and add it to 1 stamper, just making sure that we've got enough there that you get good coverage. And then I'm going to stamp this on. So I'm going to start off by stamping my image on the exact same way as you would normally. So I'm taking a regular black stamping polish for this, and I wasn't sure what image to go for, and then I noticed the little moon, and I thought that would work really well with the smoky background because it kind of gives off like a cloudy mystic night. So I've picked up my image same as always, and we're going to press it down onto the nail exactly the same as always, but then you want to be quite quick. So once you have got that pressed down on the nail, you want to come straight in with your chrome powder and bounce it on the top. You need to do this before your stamping polish dries, because otherwise there'll be nothing for the chrome powder to stick onto. Then I did just give it a couple of seconds, and then I dusted off the excess, and as you can see, it's only stuck where our stamping polish was. So it's a really fun technique. So this is our nails finished. We just need to come in and top coat. I'm going to top coat today using the No Wipe rubber top coat, because whenever I've got a lot of nail art going on, I find this brilliant for encapsulating. Things like blooming gel can leave the nails a little bit uneven, so this smooths out all of that perfectly. And then because it's a little bit thicker, it's brilliant for encapsulating things like your water decals, so you're not going to have any worrying about chipping or peeling or anything like that. And the same goes with chrome as well. So I'm just going over the entire nail. Although the rubber top coat is slightly thicker, it does self-level quite quickly. If you want to speed up the self-leveling, or if it's not leveling how you want it to, then just hold the nail or your hand upside down for a few seconds and let gravity do its thing, and it will pull it all into place. But I don't feel as though I need to do that too much with it, but it's just a little tip if you are struggling. Then once we have finished top coating this, we're going to pop these in to cure for 60 seconds, and then this is the finished result. So this time I did remember to leave a little video of wearing the nails. I loved how these turned out, and I love that they're press-ons. I used them with reusable tab things, so I can take them off and then pop them back on Halloween. And I'm just going to do some plain color pinks, maybe the Mellow Rose with a little bit of glitter on the other hand. But I loved how cute they turned out. So do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you did enjoy today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to the Kiki London channel, please do consider hitting that subscription button, and I shall see you all again in next Friday's video. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.